Hey everybody, it's Dave at Polygon Guides, and I'm going to show you how to beat the Chained Ogre in Sekiro. We make most of our boss fight videos without requiring you to have sort of special skills or upgrades, because what if you don't have them? That's not going to help. This one is an exception though, and it's an exception because the game really tells you to do this before you fight him. If you've already got the flame prosthetic, you can skip ahead. What you want to do is enter the fight with something that causes fire damage. That would be the flame barrel. Not long before this fight, you can find an old blind woman in a house. Talk to her and she'll give you the young lord's bell charm. Take that back to the dilapidated temple, put it into the Buddha statue near the sculptor, and then you can go to the Hirata estate. That very much does mean that you should find the boss and not fight the boss. You should go do something else first. It's an early and important lesson because you'll do this stuff a lot in Sekiro. When you get to Hirata estate, just follow the level over the bridge until you get to the second sculptor's idol. That's the estate path. And you want to grapple up to the roof of the building that's adjacent to the sculptor's idol and look to your right. And in the distance, you will see a bonfire. It's like buildings and streets away. That's your destination. So you got to make your way over there in any way you can. And there's an enemy who's sitting at the bonfire. It looked at first to us like when you kill him, you'll receive the flame barrel, but it actually might just be sitting by the fire where he's sitting. Take the flame barrel back to the dilapidated temple and give it to the sculptor, and you'll receive the flame vent shinobi prosthetic. Why do we do this? Because the game tells you that enemies like the Chained Ogre, enemies who have red eyes, are weak to fire. So while you could beat the Chained Ogre without fire, it's much, much, much easier, and why not get a prosthetic tool upgrade? The Chained Ogre is obviously scary and obviously overwhelming, just like every boss and mini-boss in Sekiro, but he actually only has a handful of attacks. If you know those, and you know what to do when you see those, well, I'm not going to say it becomes easy, but it's a heck of a lot easier. It's an if-then statement. If he does this, I do this. So his attacks are, he's got a ground pound, he's got an elbow drop, he's got a drop kick, he's got a penalty kick, and he has a kick combo. He also has a few unblockable attacks. There's a grab, there's a running grab, and there's a slide tackle. So when you finally get there, make your way back to the nearby sculptor's idol, you want to do one thing first, which is kill the low-level enemies that are sort of at the bottom of the stairs that lead up to the Chained Ogre. You don't ever want to fight more than one person at a time in Sekiro if you can avoid it. At that point, you can slowly walk your way up until the Chained Ogre sees you, gets pissed off, and then breaks his chains. The reason you don't want to sort of rush up to him is because up and to his left, there's another enemy there with a spear, and again, you don't want to fight more than one enemy at the same time. So if you stay down below, you won't alert the enemy. It is possible, I have to warn you, that at some point during your fight, you will alert him. Here's the nice thing about that. You can mostly ignore him. Like, keep him out of the fight if you can, but if he joins the fight, don't try to fight two enemies at once. Concentrate on the boss. The Chained Ogre gets pissed, he breaks free from his chains, and then he'll start attacking. So this is the Chained Ogre fight. You want to look out for a couple of things. First up, unblockable attacks. Keep your distance at first because he's likely to use his unblockable grab attack, but that won't work if he can't reach you. Whenever you see the red kanji symbol appear above Wolf's head, that is the indication that the Chained Ogre is about to launch a perilous attack. Yeah, can't block it. Technically, you could jump over it, but that is a feature advanced enough that I wouldn't recommend it. Generally speaking, at this point, which is early in the game, get away. Almost always with the step dodge button. I genuinely think there might not be any more important advice than this on this boss fight and others. Anything with a red kanji symbol attack above your head means get out of there, don't get caught, it will obliterate your health bar. Broadly speaking, you want to keep your distance because all of his attacks are, well, almost all of his attacks, except for the running sort of jump kick, are close range. And when you keep your distance, you will occasionally get a prompt, a green like grapple point prompt above his head. At that point, you can grapple in, hopefully land behind him, and take a couple of swings. A couple of swings is what I said there, because another mistake you can make on bosses and mini-bosses like this is swinging too much, getting greedy. Seriously, do a couple of little swings and you are safe, and then dodge or run away. Just get out of there. Do not... You could, of course, try and block some of these attacks, but it is early in the game and you're not going to be great at it. It's better to just get out of there and then attack as a follow-up attack, like pressing the attack button when you dodge away and then closing the distance again. Now remember, back at the beginning of this video when we told you to go get the flame vent, this is where it comes in handy. If you shoot him with the flame vent, fair warning, you have to be pretty close to him to do that, but essentially when he's not attacking, you can attack with that. That will stagger him. Now, not for long, only for a few seconds, but you'll see him sort of cower down and be afraid of the fire. That is your cue to get in 2, 3, 4, sometimes even more attacks. The best case scenario is you get in a couple of attacks, and then you do the flame vent again, and he actually catches fire and stays cowered like that for a little while. Point is, attack most when he's staggered. If he's not staggered, maybe don't attack. Or wait until he's just attacked and then attack 1 or 2 times. Point is, do not get greedy. Okay, thanks for watching. And be sure to check out our other Sekiro videos and also our other videos at Polygon Guides on YouTube, on the internet.